The fifth installment in the Jurassic Park franchise, Jurassic World Fall Kingdom, is a step down from the previous movie, and I felt like it could have been a whole lot better. Okay, Chris Pratt and Bruce Dallas Howard returned to reprise their roles to the previous film. In this movie, the island, which I'm not going to even name right now, it's a tricky name there, is going to erupt from a volcano eruption, and all dinosaurs on the planet are close to extinction. Well, I have to say is that this movie is a huge letdown compared to the previous one. For starters, it rarely has anything to do with the main plot of the entire, as you could say, series. In previous Jurassic Park movies, we have seen a whole lot, but not where generally you get some of the world's powerfulest leaders and sign them off in an auction. They could have done so much more with this story that I don't even know where to begin. I don't like this film. It's a letdown. And the only person to reprise his role from the previous movies is Jeff Goldblum. I also have to mention B.D. Wong's in this movie, who obviously was in the original one playing the bad guy once again. And of course, they bring a new dinosaur called the Indoraptor. Nothing special here, people. If you care about story, don't waste your time watching this movie. I don't know what it is, but in this movie, Chris Pratt and Bruce Dallas Howard clearly don't have any chemistry. Like other movie couples you've seen in movies over the years. I have to say, if they would have gave it a little bit more spark, you generally could care more about the characters, but you generally just don't. And there's a few funny moments in this film, but nothing spectacular, I might say. The stories are let down, the acting from the cast is okay for what it will. And on a side note, the side story is that one of the little girls in the film, I was the only little girl in the film, is a clone from a past character, which I thought was pretty interesting. But, the final climax of the film, the dinosaurs being let out at the end of the movie because they deserve a second chance or whatever. It's a bit anticlimactic, and it doesn't have the send-off from, I guess you could say, the first Jurassic Park movie. This is a disappointment, and if you enjoy this movie, that's more power to you, but I generally didn't. This movie is getting a 6 out of 10. Like I said, it's a letdown, but it's not the worst Jurassic Park movie I've ever seen. There's a few redeeming factors. I think the acting is good for what it is, but like I said, it's nothing spectacular. And generally, that's all the positives I really could say. Oh, the music. I forgot to say, the music is pretty well done in some parts of the film. But if they really wanted to do something crazy with this movie, they should have said in a city setting and, just generally cause all kinds of chaos. I think that could have made for a better movie, in my opinion. With the sequel due out in 2021, I have to wonder where they're going to take this trilogy and how they're going to end it. Now, do I think these movies are better than the originals? Well, I'll get into that in just a minute, but it definitely could have done a better job with this movie. And that's Mafia Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. Leave your comments in the section below and make sure you subscribe and like the video. And where do you think all time where these two Jurassic Park, or should I say Jurassic World films fit in the entire franchise? To me, they're some of the weakest in the franchise, but I've seen worse. And speaking of Jurassic Park movies, I will review the original trilogy coming out real soon. But in the meantime, let me know, what is your favorite Jurassic Park movie of all time? Is it any of the first 3 films? Is it any of the last 2? And where do you think this franchise could go, or how could it be better? My advice If you really want to make this interesting, bring back some of the main leads from the first movie, like Sam Neill. You know, bring him back, not just for a cameo role here. And make sure there's stakes involved. You know, the problem with these movies, no one ever seems to be in danger of dying. I always think if you kill off a character in a movie, it has to have some kind of emotional impact. I think that's so they can make the third film better. Alright, coming up, I'm going to be reviewing some more movies, particularly Christmas movies, since, you know, Christmas is around the corner. Alright, this is Slim Guy 172 saying, peace out.